jesi gandie wa se wenu hoye o wenu ho jesi gandie wa se wenu hoye.
Monkey's Argument with Leopard, a tale from the Democratic Republic of the Congo.
Once upon a time, Leopard woke from sleep and went forth from his den in search of food. The sun had just lifted its face above the horizon, flooding the heavens with light. The green grass glistened with dewdrops, and the forest was alive with bird songs and the cries of 1,000 creatures. Leopard lay in wait a long time, crouching on all fours, his ears perked up, ready to spring out for the kill. But neither antelope, nor buffalo, nor any other game wandered within range. As Leopard waited, a great flaming anger came over him. "How long will I have to wait before I get something to eat?" he growled. "The way things are going, I might wait a whole day and have nothing to show for it." And he went tearing through the forest, his sharp teeth shining like rows of knives held up to the sun. But then there was a great crash, and Leopard was heard howling for help. "Help! Help! I have fallen into a well! Pull me out, somebody! Pull me out before I die! Pull me out, please!" The well into which Leopard had plunged lay a short distance from a clump of trees where monkeys were at play. Some were hanging from the leafy branches by their feet, some were swinging from one tree to another, and some were racing each other to the top of the tallest trees and back. There was a general panic when the howls of the predator burst in upon their happy hour, and they vanished in a flash. They remained hidden from view a long time, while the predator went on howling and pleading for someone to pull him out of the well. Then, realizing that they were in no immediate danger, the monkeys came out of their hiding place and cautiously made their way toward the well, looking around carefully. But they all held back from getting too close. Finally, their leader, the tallest and strongest of them all, stepped boldly to the rim of the well and looked in. "The fellow is in trouble, all right," he said, looking around at the other monkeys, a spiteful smile on his face. At this, they all rushed forward, and soon the well was surrounded by a crowd of monkeys pushing for a good look at their enemy, now at their mercy. From the bottom of the well, Leopard saw the monkeys looking down at him and pleaded as best he could. "Pull me out, gentle monkeys. Please do not let me die. Save me now, and we shall be friends for life. This is a solemn promise which I will ever stand by. No longer will my kind and your kind be at strife." "No one will help you get out of that well," one monkey cried. "You have waged war on us since the days of our ancestors. You have never shown us any mercy. Why should we show you mercy now?" And the leader added, Plead until nightfall, and you shall have pleaded in vain. There at the bottom of the well shall you ever remain. To me and my kind you have brought terror and death. Will not be safe from danger so long as you have breath. The monkeys ignored the hunter's plea for help. Yet Leopard went on begging for mercy, hoping beyond hope that they would pity him and save his life. He went on pleading until his voice grew faint. And when his voice had got so weak they could barely hear him, the monkeys drifted away, knowing that their enemy had but a little time left to live. But one of them could not quite bring himself to leave, for he was torn between hate and pity for the predator's cruel fate. Stooping over the rim of the well, he looked down at Leopard and spoke. Do you really mean it, what I heard you say? Never again will you seek and hunt us for your prey? If we take pity, trust what you say, and save your life, there will at last be peace between us, an end to all strife. And the hunter replied with all the strength he could muster, As you and all the others have heard, I have pledged my most solemn word. If you should take pity and save my life, there will be an end to enmity and strife. The monkey stepped back and went into the nearby bush. It was not long before he came back holding a rope. May your word be your bond, he said, as he lowered the rope into the well. Quickly, Leopard grabbed it and began his climb while Monkey pulled and strained to keep his balance. Before long, Leopard emerged from the well, but no sooner had he touched ground than he grabbed his savior by the tail, his eyes burning like fire, his claws sticking out like the quills of a porcupine. You hurting me, Monkey cried, trying to wriggle his tail free from Leopard's grasp. Hurting you? Leopard growled. I'm going to eat you, for I am very hungry. How can you treat me so? Monkey screamed. Only a moment ago, you spoke words of peace and friendship. Let me go, for you have given me your word. But Leopard replied, My word have as much substance as the breeze blowing among the tall and leafy trees. Born and bred to love of blood and fresh meat, I cannot let my word hinder my urge to eat. Monkey scolded Leopard for being such a cheat, demanding he let go of him at once. But Leopard was determined not to let go. It was his right as a hunter to catch and eat monkeys. The two of them were still locked in a battle of words when Tortoise, who happened to be passing by, asked why they were arguing so loudly. I really don't understand this at all, Tortoise exclaimed after both Leopard and Monkey had told their side of the story. Am I to believe that Monkey has enough strength in his arms to pull Leopard out of a well as deep as this? He said, shaking his head in disbelief. Tell me another joke. I'm not such a fool as I look. But I didn't pull him out of the well, and my hands are still hurting," cried Monkey, holding his hands up for Tortoise to see. "You may argue as much as you want, but I won't believe either of you until I see with my own eyes this thing you claim to have done," said Tortoise. "Let it never be said that I told a lie," Leopard growled, letting go of Monkey's tail. "Let's do it again so he can see the truth with his own eyes." So saying, Leopard jumped back into the well. Tortoise peered down after him to make sure Leopard had reached the bottom. Then he nodded several times and, turning around to face Monkey, waved goodbye to him and ambled off toward the setting sun. "Farewell!" Monkey cried to Tortoise and went off in the opposite direction. At the bottom of the well, Leopard waited and waited for Monkey to pull him out so he could clear his name and eat his fill of monkey meat. Some say that Leopard is still waiting at the bottom of that well, wondering why Monkey has kept him waiting all these years.